Good day everyone. Welcome to Teacher Julie channel. Hello everyone. We have our new lesson in TLE 7, which is all about feeding management of poultry and livestock, housing requirements for poultry and livestock. This will be the second quarter topic and learning competency number 13 and 14. This lesson is under the Matatag curriculum. For the objectives, by the end of the lesson, 80% of the learners will be able to. First is to identify the essential nutrients required for poultry and livestock growth and development. The second one is to demonstrate the proper techniques for feed preparation and distribution. The third one is to appreciate the role of proper feeding management in ensuring animal health and welfare by answering the activity called Design and Tell. In activating the prior knowledge, the teacher will ask the following questions to the students. When it comes to location for the livestock, according to the Philippine Agricultural Engineering Standard, the shelter for goat and sheep should conform to the land use plan of the area, should be accessible to service roads, water supply, and electric line, and also should be well drained and well ventilated. Should be constructed in the east-west orientation and should be situated where the prevailing winds will not carry odors to the farmhouse. The following are the type of housing for livestock. So the first one is the shed type. So the animals can move freely in and out of the housing area and paddock. So feeding and watering through. So minerals feeders and grain banks are located on concrete pads at the center or along the side of the shed. Another type of housing is the pen barn type or the stall barns. So each animal is confined in a stall. So each stall is provided with individual feeding and watering through. Another type of housing is the confined housing. So group pens with the same size are constructed with ample area for animals to exercise. Bamboo or wooden slats serves as fins of the feeding trough to prevent the animals from stepping or trampling the grasses. Water devices should be strategized placed in the certain area. The following are the minimum floor space requirement for goats and sheep for intensive production. The following are structural requirements for housing in livestock. So the first one is the roof. Roof should be adequate enough to provide shelter against the rain and intense heat. The height of the front eave shall be at least 2 meters and the height of the rear eave shall be at least 1.5 meters. For adequate ventilation, roof slope shall not be less than 25%. So if the roofing is made up of indigenous materials, the minimum roof slope shall be 58%. Another structural requirement is the wall. So wall should be adequate enough against the rain. So a clearance of 150 mm to 300 mm between the floor to wall and the wall to beam. So this creates an adequate air circulation and lower draft. The following are the space requirements. Another structural requirement for housing in livestock is the floor. So the floor should have the minimum floor thickness of 76 mm to 2 to 4% slope towards the drainage. So complete floors should be skid resistant. So earthen floors shall have 4 to 7%. Another structural requirement for housing is the roof. So adequate roofing materials shall be provided to protect the cattle against the rain and the sunlight. So the roof slope shall not be less than 25%. So if the roofing is made up of indigenous materials, it should have a slope of 58%. So the minimum height of the top of the roof shall be 2.5 meter from the floor. Another structural requirement for housing is the pen wall. So this must be preferably made of galvanized iron pipe Schedule 40. So the diameter of vertical and horizontal railing member of the pen wall shall be 50 mm and 75 mm of the post. The maximum center to center spacing between vertical railing members shall be 1.5 meter, and for the horizontal railing member shall be 0.4 meter. The maximum center to center spacing between the posts shall be 3 meter and shall be embedded in a concrete pedestal with a minimum depth of 0.4 meter. Each post shall have provided with 0.15 meter concrete protectors. The pen shall be 1.2 meter to 1.5 meter high. So sharp edges must be avoided to avoid injury to the animals. Paints should be avoided that may intoxicate the cattle.